Hello and welcome to the world of Pisces. Pisces, I hope that you all are radiating positive energy at this time. Let's hop right into it, Pisces. Let's get some messages from your person. See what's in their intention, their feelings, their actions, their communication. Alright, so what's the energy of Pisces person? Remember to take this how it resonates, y'all. Okay, we got some reminiscing. I miss our inside jokes. Okay, so somebody could be thinking about you, having nostalgia moments, just memories. Someone could be calling you in. You and this person have a lot of chemistry. The card says, I've never felt a passion this intense. Okay, when y'all together, it's just something that's undeniable for them. They thinking about that. Okay, you also have absence. I feel like part of me is missing without you. Okay, all right, so Pisces, this may be somebody who want to reconnect, maybe somebody you just got a little bit of distance with. This could be somebody you also think about. Remember, this energy could be yours as well. Okay, and then we have escape. I left when things got hard. Okay, so, could be the energy of someone got a bigger responsibility, couldn't handle all the pressure of a relationship and whatever their everyday life consists of. And last but not least, shadow side. You made me realize my flaws. Okay, so this is that energy, Pisces. What's crossing that is unsatisfied. I wasn't happy the way things were going. All right, Pisces. So what I'm getting here is that somebody's, looking back at what they did have with you, whether this was a relationship or not, whether you guys were just talking friends, going on dates, whatever little time y'all spent together, for this person, it meant something. Okay. I'm going to talk to this escape card because it speaks of, not being able to stand up, not being able to be there or take on the full responsibility, not just in one area, but in all areas, of the connection. We going to be able to communicate, right? We going to respect each other, just shit. Like, okay, the everyday life. Right? And it's like whatever somebody else had going on outside of the connection with you, I'm just feeling like they had a lot of burdens in their own life. Okay? The shadow side, you made me realize my flaws. That's simply just this person understanding now that there's been some absence, some time apart, not texting and calling you every day or all up in your energy like that. It's just making them realize that they could have done better. They could have, done things better, right? Okay. The chemistry, it was intense for them. It was a passion like no other. And these are the things they think about. What I should have, could have, would have did. What I didn't do, what I feel, how I acted, led this person up to this point. So let's hop into it. Let's put some terror in this and get deeper into your person's thoughts and emotions for you at this time. Okay. So how is this person currently feeling about Pisces? What is their actions and intentions for Pisces? Their feelings. Okay. We have the Six of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so right now this person feeling like you're not recognizing what they have to offer. They're not getting, they're not feeling the vibe of you not recognizing them. So it's like you could just not even be talking to them. You could have been ghosted, like you never even knew this person, because they feel like you don't see them. You don't feel like what y'all did have meant anything. Right. So they feel like you not missing out on them. Right. They feeling all the pain from the separation. Right. Yeah. Part of them is missing without you. Right. It said that somewhere. We also had a Page of Cups in reverse here. Okay. I feel like this person is maturing real fast, right? That's the shadow side. These are like they learn valuable lessons from you. Okay, this is somebody who may have thought you would be there forever, took you for granted in some type of way. It was just, however this ended, they didn't expect it to be a forever. And now that the separations happen, they feeling like, okay, well, Pisces don't see me no more, right? I feel empty without them. I'm just growing up. I'm sitting back, I'm thinking about this whole connection, right? I miss you, right? But I escape when shit get hard. When my life, the pressure of their life starts, creeping up in. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, they feel like they lost a good woman or man, someone who was stable and compassionate, someone who was also very fly, they just feel like they took a big loss on a good person. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, them not being able to have balance in their own life and trying to commit to a relationship is how this person let someone slip away. Okay, by escaping, by ghosting, by not communicating effectively, not showing genuine interest as if they wanted it, right? It's like they didn't act like they wanted to be with you. Okay? So they played themselves. They didn't know themselves is what I'm getting with the shadow side. It was like I couldn't, they responded the best way they could at the time with what they was feeling, what they was thinking, and what they was going through, whatever level they was on at the time. That was the best they had at the time. Okay. And with that status, they lost out on a lot. It's a lot they did not know. It's a lot they couldn't see. It's a lot they couldn't speak on. Because I feel like whoever this person is, they didn't mature to that level, on that level, the level of commitment you looking for, the type of relationship you may desire out of a person. It just seems like they wasn't equipped with that at the time. They didn't recognize what they had. They wasn't mature enough, okay? They was missing out on the point, okay? What's challenging this connection is the Four of Pentacles, okay? And that was for this person to learn how to have a stronger foundation. If you have something strong, hold on to it. If you have something that's stable and solid, loyal, hold on to it, right? And that was the challenge for them. Okay, they didn't know how to do that at that time. What's crossing this energy is the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay, make sure that's the 7. Yeah, Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay, and this person feels weak and vulnerable. They feel like they lost out on something strong, on something positive, on someone worth it. They feel like they let a good thing slip right through their fingers. Okay, so let's talk to this. Let's talk to the Six of Wands in reverse, because right now it's like Pisces ain't calling. Pisces don't see me. Pisces just ignoring me. They don't see nothing coming up out of this situation. It's almost as if they feel like you've given up here. Two of Cups, okay? This person still has love for you. They still want to connect with you. It's like right now they want to build a better relationship with you here. Eight of Swords in the reverse. But it's like, how can I get the Pisces when It's like they feel like you've let them go completely. Whoever this person is, they just feel like it's over for you. Like you don't want them back. All they can do is think about you, right? But you let them go in the mind and in the heart. So it's as if it's like whatever love you had for them, they feel like that's gone. Yeah, whatever love you had for them, they feel like it's gone. So they in this Five of Pentacle energy, missing all of the chemistry, missing the great conversations, missing the love that the whispers in the ears, the touch, the way you voice sound, just things about you that you may not pay attention to. They miss all the little details about you here. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. This person seems as if they're pretty bright, pretty smart, they didn't have a plan, right? Maybe they didn't maybe they didn't know they were going to have this type of chemistry with you. Maybe they didn't know they were going to feel the way they felt. Because this Knight of Pentacles, it doesn't speak of romance at all. It speaks of like it's a lesson learned for this person. Like when because the Knight is still a young or not fully matured energy, but on the way to being fully matured. You know what I'm saying? So this Knight of Pentacles represents more of someone who's getting their shit together, someone who has a plan for their life, pursuing that, focused on that, not letting nothing get in the way of that. But this person, it just seems like their life, come with a lot of burdens, and they wasn't old enough to or mature enough to even understand a person like you. So the Pentacle and the Knight of Pentacle is like a cold and detached type of energy. So you may not have been feeling the chemistry. This is why they feel like they understand if you did feel something or have something for them, and you still may very well have it, but you standing on something, right? They have to come correct, right? They have to mature up. They have to really offer you something that's fulfilling to the soul. They can't just try to fulfill the flesh, the physical part of it. You looking for something that's more going to fulfill the soul, the spirit, the heart. They was probably looking for a good time and got attached. And by the time they got attached, you were detaching, right? So the Knight of Pentacles is like this person was just lacking the reality of it, right? The physical sense of it, like the spiritual sense, like the whole thing. They were just lacking what it took to keep someone like you. Okay? Some Pisces are easy to get, but hard to keep, because Pisces are curious. They'll try your ass out if they feel in that moment that something could be. But the moment you show them any form of resistance, or if their intuition, if they pick up on something intuitively, it's like they're going to start to distance and wing away. Okay? So this person just didn't have a practical plan for their own life, because they hadn't experienced nothing like you before. Even if they are, have experiences, it was all similar. You was just something different. Okay? And then we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay? They didn't have the power to balance this situation out at the time. They couldn't offer you what they did not have. Right? They couldn't offer you what they did not have. Okay? And it's all Pentacles. The chemistry they developed through something physical. Okay? It didn't develop through the soul or through emotion, love, or nothing like that. For this person, their chemistry with you was something physical. Okay? And that's how they grew their attachment. And now it's like they understand what they was missing out on, or what it took to have this stableness with you. Now all they could do is just think about the connection they did have with you here with the Two of Cups that looks so intense, and they feel like all that's lost. They lost a good person, a good man, or a good woman due to their being, just not experienced enough, not locked in mentally on that level, not mentally aware of the balance that you were seeking, the fairness, right? They couldn't give you what they did not have. So this Page of Cups in the reverse was just the immatureness of them, just them not tapping in, not being aware of their feelings, and, just ignoring them. Okay, so they were emotionally detached from you at that time. It wasn't an emotional connection coming from their end at that time, or they just didn't have feelings. Six of Cups in the reverse. Okay, yeah, I just feel like this person didn't go through if they dated, this is the type of person feels like when they dated one woman, they dated all women. When they dated one man, they dated all men. They looked at everybody the same when it came to love, romance, and relationships, right? And this is the part where they began to grow, where they began to take some form of structure, where they began to know what they want. You know what I'm saying? In love, romance, and relationships. And that was the lesson you came through and taught them. You made them recognize these things with the shadow card about themselves. How they were not tapped in here with the Seven of Swords. How they wasn't aware of the goodness that was around them, right? They had something good and they ruined it. No, I ain't gonna say they ruined it, but they ruined the connection, right? So when it comes to this Six of Cups, I just feel like they wasn't experienced enough, or they never experienced no one like you, or all their relationships were the same woman or the same man in different bodies and the same actions, because they wasn't never learning the lesson, right? It's like when they hit you though, they starting to learn that lesson, right? So they had to repeat cycles over and over again. It was only when they got to you is when they met their match. Okay, yeah, now they're about to move forward. Maybe they're going to come back and try to reconcile this, right? This Eight of Wands is positive forward movement, taking care of business, releasing some of those burdens too as well, because I did feel like this person had a lot going on in their life, right? And whatever is all coming together, right? The sun will shine again in this person's life. So I feel like this person may try to come back, stronger, more mature, more ready and available and knowing what they want, okay? Because with this Queen of Pentacle being in reverse, it's like now they can't escape what they've experienced with you, which was someone who was loyal and compassionate, someone who they felt like just, had the world, right? To them, you had everything perfect for them, but they didn't know how to keep that, right? Seven of Pentacles in reverse, right? They didn't invest into this in a way that would make you stay or keep you around, and they realize it, right? Pentacles, there's so many pentacles. You may be dealing with an earth sign. This person could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, okay? But yeah, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, they didn't know how to invest into it because they had so much stuff going on in their life. So whenever shit got hard with y'all, or things came up, or when it was time to speak up or take some form of responsibility, put in, add on, they ran from it when it was tight for them, whenever they were in their feelings, or whenever they had whatever they had going on in their everyday life. They let that get the best of them because they wasn't mature enough to understand what they had when they had it, because they didn't focus on it. They focused more on themselves and what they had going on. And like I said, this could have been somebody who thought you would never leave. Okay, so let's see what else comes with this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And it is the Knight of Wands. Okay. Yeah, it was more of a physical thing. They only knew how to handle you in the physical way, in a passionate way. They only knew how to make love to you, right? That sex game had to be amazing. You probably turned this person out or something. Or they never had nothing like that. The way you do it, the way you feel, the way you touch, how you look, it just was physical for them. And through that physical touch, this person developed real emotion. But by the time they caught wind that they had emotion for you, you was already gone, because you probably felt played. But what you left behind was an awakening for this person, right? So we're going to talk to the Seven of Swords from this person's shadow side. And it comes with the Page of Wands in reverse. Everything is like it went bad for this person. Not that this was a bad connection. It just feels like one of them connection, like, well, I gave it a try and it wasn't hitting, so deuces. You know what I'm saying? But it was fun while it lasted, or that person was cool, but they wasn't ready, or however you looking at it. But with the Page of Wands being in reverse, it clearly states that this person wasn't ready. They didn't know how to create and build with a person like you. Okay? They didn't have the knowledge. They didn't have the skills. They didn't have the understanding at the time. But like I said, you came through and you're this person's lesson. You made them aware that every man is not the same, and you can't treat everybody the same. Every woman is not the same. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. So this person, whatever they didn't know when they was with you, they know now that you gone. And they may try to come back, that Eight of Wands. They may try to push up on you. Okay, they may be coming towards you. Queen of Wands. They still feel that chemistry with you. They still have a lot of, it's love in there. Okay, and with the Queen of Wands, I see this person really doing whatever they got to do to succeed, to win. They had a hard life. They went through a lot of ups and downs in life, right? But they're still confident that they're going to win. So I do see this person maybe trying to come back and try to get us a second shot to see if you will get him another chance. Okay, the challenge here is this this Four of Pentacles. And that was holding on to you, right? That was the challenge for this person. How to lock you in, how to keep you, how to handle a person of your caliber at that time. Okay, and that comes with the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, they let you slip right through their fingers. You everything this person ever wanted. They just didn't know they had it. You came when they wasn't ready, right? That was the challenge. That was the thing. That was the thing that woke this person up, that made them aware, that made them ready. Because you came when they wasn't ready. With everything they want in a real relationship, as they mature, or a little time to pass by, or as they experienced this and went through the lesson, they just couldn't hold on to you. They go stutter because they ain't gonna be able to get the words out they mouth, right? This person is that when they had you, they didn't know what they had. You were everything they wanted, but they didn't recognize it because they wasn't ready. Damn, it was so hard to get that out, and I think I even said it a couple of times. So what else comes with this Four of Pentacles in their challenge? And it's the King of Cups. And this is a person who's very loving, very understanding, very giving, so, they just couldn't offer you what you needed when they had you, right? They wasn't mature like they are now, right? But this is what they got in there for you. And the challenge is now to how am I going to show Pisces how I really feel about them, how I understand how my actions created this situation that we're in now. This person's biggest challenge is to try to get you back, to try to lock you in, to love you. Okay? What's crossing that energy, look, it's the Ace of Cups. Okay? This person wants that you were an eye opener for them. Okay? You showed them the way. Look, there go your cup. There go your cup. You showed them the way, the way to love, right? And they want to have that experience with you. They just didn't know what to do with you when they had you because they didn't have the mindset or the smarts or, to handle it at that time. But you damn sure woke this person up. So Pisces, this the energy. Let's get a practical self-care oracle to close out the reading. Okay. What is the energy you have for Pisces for their highest good? Okay, Pisces, and you have love your journey. Be open to the idea of loving you. Okay? Okay? So, this is the energy. I hope it resonates. Let's get a word from the chakra wisdom to promote positivity, to see which chakra needs to be worked on, or to simply get an inspirational quote we could say to ourselves each and every day. Pisces, you have the 4th chakra, and this is the heart chakra, and this one is relevant to generosity. Okay. So, generosity is sharing. I give myself freely, and I am open to opportunities to do so. I do this because I can, and I expect nothing in return. Speaking from the heart will let those around me know how I feel about them. My generosity will touch another person's heart and replenish their spirit. Through love, I have a positive, spontaneous, and lasting influence on the healing and transformation of others, of the healing and transformation of both myself and others, right? So this is exactly what happened. Your goodness, your pureness changed this person's heart. It made them aware of what they were capable of, and it made them aware that every relationship ain't the same, and you can't go about, doing the same thing. This person, he or she got a different body. That you wasn't the same body that they was always catching. You was something different. It was time for this person to learn a lesson in love, and you came through and taught it to them just with your goodness. All right. So generosity is the positive energy. If you're new to my channel and you like this video, go ahead, hit that like or subscribe button. For those of you who are returning, thank you for your continued support. And remember that your comments are always welcome. This is all I have, Pisces. As always, be safe, be blessed, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.